Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing Mixed Media Mayhem and the prompts are rub-on, stencil, and spray. And I'm also going to use my counterfeit kit challenge, which is this banner here, and a lot of the mixed media and rub-ons that I pulled out for this. And so I'm going to use this picture, which is of me and my not so little girls anymore because they're not itty bitty like that. And this stencil of the month, which is spring backgrounds. And I'm going to use another one from Spellbinders, but I don't bring it up there very much. So I'm just looking at different inks to see what I kind of match what my youngest is wearing, because that is the only color in that picture for the selfie we took. And it was just a fun selfie. So I thought, why not for today? And so I pulled out these two Hero Arts ones that I haven't actually used yet because I just got them. And I pulled out a couple of my Color Theory ones, and I'm just going to smush this right into this one stencil. So the stencil has an upper and a lower part, and it's probably meant for a card, but I'm just going to use this one bit. Put in a good amount of this pink, and then I'm going to rotate the stencil. And I thought I was going to block off a little bit of the leaves right here, but I decided I don't really need to. So it's not a big deal. Some of them are going to be a little flat, and I don't care. Like the edge will be flat, but it's overlapping and it's not super noticeable. And I didn't want the second bit as dark as that first bit, so I didn't make it as dark. So, and then I'm just gonna smoosh around the edges just to give more of a halo effect. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here, but with this blue, I can't remember what it's called, Salvage Patina maybe, of this blue for the distressed ink. Well, that was hard to say. And I'm gonna do the bottom and then the top corner. So one is a little bit darker than the other, and I'm okay with that. And then I'm just gonna smush some of the ink around to give kind of that halo effect as well. And those two are done. And then I pulled out this one that came, I think it was in the January Spellbinders kit. This is the stencil of the month. And I pulled out the leaves because why not? This one has like a heart blossom. I didn't want to use the heart blossom, but I thought the leaves would be kind of cool. And then this is the bit for the stems in the leaves, or the vein. The stems works. My brain's not working so well today. My apologies. So I'm going to take this Color Theory ink and put it through. And it ended up being a little bit more, not quite the color I wanted. So I'm going to do both corners because now I've done it. I might as well do the other one. And then I'm going to layer up some different colors on top of it to get more of a green that I want. I get some in overlapping, so it does do kind of a diagonal as we're going. So I'm just being choosy on which ones I want to do and then making sure it matches. And I thought I'd put the details on these, and I used the Hero Arts one, and I didn't really like it with this one. I couldn't really see it was part of it. It was like really, really subtle, and it wasn't quite the best match for what I had started with. I'm gonna play with this darker, almost like, I don't know, it's a St. Patrick's Day green to me, an emerald green. And so that's not what it's called. I don't know what it's called, but I can look if you leave me a message and you want to know what the ink colors are. I totally can look, but was not going to do it right now. So it's actually downstairs and not in my hand. And so just adding some other bits of color with the leaf part of things in this one, and my kiddo came down to visit as well. And then the details. You can still see the shadow of her moving around and chatting, and not distracting me too much, but definitely a little bit distracted. So I've got that, and then I decide that I kind of want a little bit more over top and underneath, so I'm just going to use what's left on my brush to put some really light bits in, because I do know that I'm going to put some of these rub-ons on. So I'm going to try this with the foam bit underneath when I do the rub-on. It's not going to work so well with these ones. I was hoping that it would work better. Some rub-ons, if you have a little bit of a squishy spot underneath, are able to go on really easy, even if they're old. Some, like these really old ones, are not really going on very easy. So I'll pull it out because it wasn't making it any easier. I'm speeding this up a whole lot because it took a while. And then not coming off. Good enough. And then I did pop ahead, so I'm going to put one of these rub-ons on each corner. But that takes such a long time to do that, and this was getting a little long anyway, so I did cut that out. But here's that last one. And then I decided I'm going to put the blue at the top. I'm also going to use the Joy from this kit, and I'm just going to put it on down here. That doesn't take as long as those corner pieces. And I'm glad I've got the stencil on already, and I've got the rub-ons on already, and then I just need the spray, which I have sprays in front of me, so I'm going to use some of those in a minute. But it was like, wow, I already got all that done. And then just getting this laughter on, and it does give a little distressed, like the rub-on itself was a little distressed to begin with, and then not all of the bits would come off of that release paper, so it ends up being just a little bit more distressed than it was. And then I have some other bits that were straight that I thought I could work it in. And that curly one would have been fine at that top corner there, but I wasn't even thinking about it. So yeah, the things you see after. I thought about these corner pieces, but they're not the same size, so definitely not going to happen. There's these other rub-ons that I thought about. I really love these 49 and Market ones, and I haven't used them yet, but I've looked at them a lot, so I really need to get into these ones. I've had them for a while, so I definitely need to use them. And put them away because I should have started with them, and these are old ones too, but I didn't feel like they had a spot, and these are old ones as well, and there's nothing that's gonna work, and I'm like, okay, well, I got rub-ons on, nothing on my sticker sheet that I want to use. I thought maybe these flowers. I was like really struggling on what to do now. So the flowers would have been okay, but they're a little brighter than what I've got, and I have no pink ones, like literally no pink ones left. So, and the purple's not quite, and I'm like, nope. I want those to use those on something this month, but it's not going to be this. And so I'm like, okay, so let's change direction. I don't know what I'm going to embellish with, so I'm going to get my sprays on, which are going to be splatters. So this is a Vibes, I think, in this green color. And then I have this other one that's a Vibes in this blue color. Again, if you want to know exactly what they're called, just let me know in the comment, and I will go find it. But not right now. And then this is a Glimmer Mist from Tattered Angels, and I think it's called Santa Baby. And it's very pink, and I like it, and that's working out okay. And then I go through and I look at a lot of different embellishment bits. So I pull out, oh, no, I'm going to do this first. So I'm going to use the Simple Vintage, and then I'm going to look at a lot of different stuff. So I'm going to pull out some of that video because it was literally me just looking at a piece like chipboard and me looking at stickers and me looking at, it gets a little boring if you don't do anything with them. So I thought I'd use up this green flower because it's the last one of that I have, and I cut it in half so I can have it mimicked on the top and the bottom. I'm going to put some leafy bits on either side of the photo just to kind of, there's a bit of a gap there between the rub-on, and so one on each side is going to work well for that. I don't know why I decided to change those two, but I did. I think because the other one was smaller. And then I looked at putting this green butterfly on, and I don't. And I'm not sure why I didn't, but it goes back on the page. And I don't know, maybe because I only had one of them. But I don't use that one. And I thought I'd use this circle piece. And it goes there, and I look some more. These colors are good for what I've done so far, so I'm really trying to get something on here. But I've used quite a bit of this sticker book up already, so I'm pretty proud of that. So there's that circle one come back. I'm going to cut this ticket in half, which has nothing to do with our selfie, but it's green on green and that works. Because I am going to try and do the color matching. And here's where I've popped ahead because I looked through all of those bits and then I pulled out these. These are Jen Hadfield and they're just gold leafy bits. And so I'm going to put a gold leafy bit at the top and one at the bottom because I like those to mirror each other. And then I'm going to cut some of these off and I'm going to put some on the left side and some on the right side. I'm going to switch them around here right away. And that's going to go there. Another little piece there. And then I'm going to pull out a few little, just like that one's a full, that one's going to be a full one there to match the full one underneath. And then I'm going to use some of these outline ones, one by the laughter and one by the joy. And it kind of ties those in. And then I think those are pretty close to being done. And then I'm going to matte my photo on black and I'm going to put it up on this foam. Put it up on foam? Yes, right now I'm going to put it up on foam. So this piece of black cardstock that's in behind for my base is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8, so it just gives the tiniest bit of a border and some structure so that I can actually pop it up on the foam. And I'm going to use my tweezers and dip these little leaves in the Nouveau glue because there's lots there and they just weren't sticking, so this will make it so it sticks. And then my photo is going to go on. And then I found these 49 in Market butterflies on this washi tape. And this is what I needed for embellishing. So I'm going to put blue on blue and pink on pink and green on green, and I really like the way it turns out when I find these. So and some more. The green ones have moths and dragonflies, so I'm going to use the moths and dragonflies because well, why not? There's a dragonfly, and here's dragonfly, and then there's another pink butterfly, and the moth, And the other moth. Looking at the butterflies for what size I want. And a green mothy butterfly. It's probably a moth because it looks a little furrier than the butterflies do, but and another one in the green. Kind of makes like a double diagonal or X layout today. Never done that before, so, but I like it. It almost has a tropical vibe. We are not anywhere tropical. The selfie is in our living room, and it was sent to my husband, who was on a work trip at the time. We also did like a little bit of a video to send him. And then I'm cutting off the edge of that butterfly so I can use it here. And I like that. It's almost done here. So just trimming. I think that's probably going to be, yep, there we go. That's it. So you can see all of those different color coordinated bits in the splatter. And there'll be some still shots here coming up right away. It's so pretty. I really like the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage stickers. I might have to get another book of them. So here are those close-ups, and so I do give you a close-up of each of those corners and the center and it all together. And thank you so much for watching today. If you liked my video, I would love a thumbs up. If you're new here, I would love to have you subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and have yourself a great day.